Today, we're going to jump into a whole nother flavor. We'll keep them coming to you guys. And here at Thought Candy, the goal is to motivate, inspire, educate, and hopefully something we say you can relate to, right? Whether it's funny, whether it's serious, whether it's sad, whatever the case may be, we hope that you enjoy the podcast. How you doing, Mr. Charlie Hustle?
Oh man, absolutely. I'm loving this California life. Oh, I can't complain at all, my brother. With another beautiful day in paradise. I'm just excited, man. I'm excited to be alive, man. I'm excited to be sitting here talking with you this fine Saturday afternoon. Man, loving the sun beating down on me, man. I can't be in a better place right now. I'm just sitting here talking to you, brother. So, hey, what are we going to unravel today in Thought Candy? I am super, super excited about this one.
You ready?
I'm ready
for this?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're unraveling today what most in the world would consider as self-care, hygiene, things of that sort. And the title of today's podcast is Crusty Ain't Cool. All right. Crusty ain't cool. You want me to elaborate on that real quick?
Crusty ain't cool. Yes, please do. Yes, please do.
I know, you tend to have some pretty nice and decent young ladies that you've dated in your lifetime. Now, have you ever had that one that might have been potentially a sheet cutter? Looked like she'd been walking around kicking flour when she wears sandals. No lotion, shea butter, not having.
No, not even a coke. She ain't got the cocoa butter.
No, they ain't even got the cocoa butter.
I'm gonna say, Sean, I've been very lucky. I'm one thing about me. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm a foot dude. Your pedicures gotta be up to par.
All right.
I can't have that woman. She's looking good from top to the waist, to the thighs, even the knees. And you rolling down to the calves, and then you see those puppy boy looking like that. Looking like that. You remember Eddie Murphy and our Boomerang?
Absolutely.
Slid them sheets back.
All bad.
Fortunately, I haven't had that problem. Say I'm a foot guy. That's one thing that I look for. It's certain things that I look for. And if your toes ain't up to par, you can forget it. It's a wrap. And let me ask you, you had a couple of those kind with some crusty critters? You had a couple crusty critters?
I don't play that. If my feet are softer than yours, we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. I will not sit here and try to say that I've always been, perfect Pete when it comes to the toe game and whatnot. But you got to stay on top of that stuff, man. I'm real conscious about that, because here's the thing. If you expect somebody to be that way, you have to be on top of your game as well. And so, from the clipping to, going to get a pedicure, making sure they lotioned up, scrubbing them up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm all about that. But you asked about the lady. Hold on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No. But let me ask you, because you put it out there. You said to me, hey, I know I don't keep. Is it a certain? Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm an old dude. I'm an old dude. Look, I just stepped up the game recently. I'm gonna tell you.
I saw you a couple of times, and I was like, "Woo, that cat been running over hot coals and through chalk and you know what I'm saying, kicking flour bags
look,
for karate practice."
I should, you know what? I should have had my daughter. I'm gonna see if I can get on the line.
Okay.
Dude, I told my kids years ago, I got old slave feet. me and Kuta and Harriet Tubman, look, we could be related by our feet. My dogs used to be beat up, but now I I step into the salon now. I step into the salon
singing, we shall overcome.
But real talk, because folks with, I would say, ailments, like people with diabetes, you got to keep your feet. You got to keep your feet good, right? Because you don't want a certain scar or a scrape or a sore to get infected because you're not sitting there taking care of your feet. They say, you should be sitting there washing them daily. You should be drying them. You should be changing your socks. I mean, all of that goes in hand when it comes to your foot care and hygiene. But we were talking about, you were talking about the pedicures and keeping them up. I've stepped the game up for sure because of that. Now, my thing is this: how often do you think that we should get pedicures and manicures? I say pedicures. How do you go often? How often do you go? How often does a lady go? Is it a time frame? What is it?
The ladies go often. I personally, I mean, it's I don't even know a time limit. I would say every once in a while. But the thing is, I stay on the maintenance. I'm talking about making sure that these jokers are clipped and washed and scrubbed. I keep a pumice or one of those little foot scrubs in the shower. All that stuff helps. You know what I mean? Because you don't actually always have the affordability to go and pay these folks to do it. But it's some simple things that you can do yourself in order to keep your game tight, right? It doesn't have to be that you have to go to somebody to get it done, but you need to do it if someone else isn't doing it for sure. Somebody in the household got to be able to hook you up if you can't hook yourself up.
Well, do you think that men? I'm pretty sure. I mean, when I go, I usually go with my girl, and we're there together. I don't see no men. I'm usually the only guy in there. So I know for a fact that more women are getting pedicures than men. As I was sitting here looking at the New York study.com, they were talking about pedicures and facials and things of that nature. And they said out of 100 men, 18 to 34, 25% of the men go to get pedicures and facials and things. So that's 75% of men that don't see them. So I know they got some cookie cutters. I know they tearing up some sheets. So I mean,
sheet cutters, yes sir.
He said sheet cutters, exactly.
Sheet cutters.
So you're saying once in a while. I'm pretty sure from a woman's perspective, it has to be. They have to have a certain time limit. My girl, I think it's once every 3 weeks or something like that. She's going.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring them in so we can get a take on that. But here's the thing. I've experienced what you're talking about as far as going to those places and being the only male in there. And usually I'm about to go on vacation, which we travel somewhat frequently, and so I'm going in to get it done just to make sure. In between, it's all about maintenance, but I'm going in there and they're surprised, but at the same time, it's different times that you go in there, different times, different levels, different, work that may need to be put in. You might not have been on your game tough and they got to break out the wet sander and whatever, the grind. you remember Shanae?
That Martin episode.
At the spot, the Martin episode.
Shout out to Martin.
They got to really put some work in on you. But
yes, sir.
Typically, I like to stay on top of it. I think it's all about the maintenance in between. You have to go so you can get it professionally done. You want to make sure that you don't clip or cut yourself where, like you said, something gets infected. I mean, some people don't know what they're doing, and some can get by and do what they need to do. I mean, all the cuticle stuff, the hangnails, whatever the case may be. I'm not talking over everybody's head out there. I'm sure that you kind of know about this stuff and you choose to address it or you don't. That's what it is. But we talking about the need for hygiene and just, the purposes of keeping yourself together whether it's just for you or your significant other, we want to make sure that you keep your game tight. And I think it's a part of staying healthy. I think it's a part of hygiene and taking a shower and brushing your teeth.
Oh, no doubt.
All of that. You know what I'm saying? It's just another thing that you need to do, so that I'm sure with that crust comes odor.
Exactly. Real talk.
Right? Real talk.
Now,
I done seen all different shades and colors of feet, of people that don't take care of their stuff, and they gotta stink.
I'm this between me and you and the followers.
Okay, well,
you said when you came with me about this, Crusty ain't cool. I'm gonna tell you, I didn't took off.
Got on your game.
Now I didn't took off some socks some nights from working, and they were flaked up. They were flaked up like pepper flakes.
It's gonna happen.
They were flaked,
but you gotta address it. Go on and get you a foot bath and soak them bad boys, or get in the tub and sit on the edge of the tub and drop them dogs in there and let them boil.
But you know what? Even on top of that, Sean, like you were saying, you do your own maintenance. You go, like you say, when you about to travel somewhere, you want to go and make sure your hands and feet. We've been in businesses together where we're in front of the room and we talking to people, and man, if these ain't looking good and your toes ain't looking good, you out there at the beach, and no girl looking down at you like this,
crazy.
Yeah, and you got them tucked away in the sand so nobody can look at them.
The same way they're looking at your shoes when you got on sandals, they looking at your toes. You know what I mean? So it's a mutual thing. We're checking them out, they're checking us out. But I really feel like we should get some female perspectives on this.
You know what? Call, see who we can get on. Let me see if we can get somebody on here, right?
Yeah. You first, and then I got something on deck.
We both do. If you can get them on, you get them on. I'm a chime in. We want the ladies' perspective. We don't want to sit there and think that we know
at all, right?
Yeah,
nah, because we don't. There once upon a time I was riding dirty. Not dirty to the point where you can see dirt, but I wasn't keeping my crust. I wasn't decrusting. Man, I done cut some sheets and a couple legs, a couple shins. You know what I'm saying? It happened. Ouch! What the hell is that? Hey, I'm sorry.
Exactly.
And my nails are strong and healthy.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And so, you get that snap when you clip them. One go flying across the room. They strong, but so you got to stay on them. You got to file them. It's a whole lot to this thing, man.
Exactly.
I like what you touched on with the health part of it, with diabetes and all that. Because
and you know what?
Dry skin and stuff.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was sitting here just doing a little research on it, and I didn't even know pedicures date back, man, to the 2300 BC, invented by you know who?
Egyptians. I knew you was gonna say it. Yep.
Africans,
Egyptians, baby. Yes.
I'm like, what? Yes, so look,
way they was running barefooted, they better have,
exactly
jumped on something.
And they painted them too. They painted their toenails, and I'm like, whoa. Now I ain't trying to go all in with it.
I'm about to say, the soldiers was some tough boys, and I'm sure the ladies too, but get kicked in the face if you want to. They don't need a knife. Wow, the crust to kill you.
they slicing you with their nails.
Right. Where you get that mark on your forehead from? It was a kick to the head.
Yeah. But on the real, man, it's some serious issues when it comes to taking care your feet. We laugh and joke about it, man, but that is serious. With diabetes, we didn't heard folks getting their feet amputated because of that. And you said fungus was a big thing. Toenail fungus
yeah, huge. I mean, they have commercials about it, man. I mean, you see all that. You see them little critters, coming out people's toes and whatnot. The monster, them toe monsters. But it's real. It's real. And so, you got to address those certain things and make sure that, You're using products and equipment that's sterilized and all that good stuff.
I'll say this, I'm gonna put it out there. And me and you ain't never talked about it. But you stop and think about it. Because we entrepreneurs, we're entrepreneur thinkers. This is how me and you roll. Why would there not be a space for that somebody's tackling right now? Why wouldn't somebody get into that space? Stop and think about it.
Elaborate on it.
Brothers are getting their haircuts every 2 weeks. Every like 2 weeks, right? Brothers getting their haircuts. Why not? And I'm pretty sure they got them out there somewhere. Well, man, you can go ahead and knock out a nice little pedicure as well while you're there. You see what I'm saying? The females, they go right to the pedicure spot to get their pedicure and spa, whatever else they get their manicure and their pedi. Why can't a brother get the same thing done?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know, I'm gonna put this out there. It's probably gonna have to be a girl because I don't want Leroy digging in my toes.
Oh, no. See, you missing it.
If we go to the barber shop, it's gonna have to be Lily, not Leroy, right? Hey,
we ain't talking about Leroy, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm keeping it 100. I'm keeping it a stack. D nice ain't gonna be hooking up my pedicure. You know what I'm saying? I need a honey with some soft hands. Hey, you want me to get up in that? You know,
you got a problem with D nice?
How you want him? You want him squared off, or
what kind of polish you want?
Yeah, nah, quit playing.
But if you think about it, why not? And I'm not saying guys by no means. Bring some females in. That's what I'm thinking. But hey, we ain't got a lot of time, dude. Look,
we ain't got a lot of time.
I ain't got. I got like 10 minutes. We got like 10 minutes. Let's see. I reached out to somebody. Did you reach out to someone to see if we can get a female's perspective on this? That's all I'm asking.
I'm gonna make a call. I'm making the call right now. Here we go. Yeah, hold tight.
Hello?
Hey, sis, what's going on?
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Listen, I'm in the middle of my podcast, Thought Candy. You know, the podcast that me and Mr. Charlie Hustle have. And I wanted to ask your opinion on something.
Okay.
You good? You got a second?
I do.
Okay, so here's the topic of today. It's called Crusty Ain't Cool.
Ooh.
Right?
Ooh. You gotta elaborate, Sean. You got to.
Crusty ain't cool. And what we've been discussing is the need for you know, pedicures and manicures and things of that sort. And just, you know, more specifically that it's a hygiene thing. You know, you have different people with health conditions and things of that sort. You know, I'm battling the diabetes thing for those that don't know, but I stay on top of my stuff, you know, from the clipping to the scrubbing and shea butter, lotion, whatever the case may be. What is your take on that crusty syndrome?
Can we ask this? Can we ask this first?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Can we ask?
I got a question for you. Hold on.
Yeah. Can we? Okay. Is her toe game up to par?
Is your toe game up to par? I was asked to ask you.
It is actually. I'm pretty adamant about making sure that I have my toes up to par, especially during the summer. You know, when I'm rocking sandals pretty much every day. But even during the winter, it's just for myself, for me to feel good and to feel complete with my, you know, outfit or, you know, just how I'm feeling. It's important to me.
Absolutely. Sure. And so, okay, part two to that question. You as a married woman that has your toe game on fleek, right?
Fleek.
Or do you require your husband to be the same way? Because we could be some old sheet cutters, right?
Yeah, that's struggles. I hate to put him on blast, but
she said she struggles
because he wears sandals, and I think that the exposure to the air, to the elements, it makes your feet kind of hard and crusty.
Right.
And so, yeah, I try to help him out, with the little loofahs and scrubbers, and I've taken him to get pedicures here and there.
Okay.
But he's just, I don't know, just not as concerned about it as I am.
Will he go on his own?
No.
No, he would never do that, huh?
No, I have to it has to be a date.
It has to be a date to get your feet done. Now that could be a solution to the listeners. Yeah. Plan it with your mate to go and get a massage, get a pedicure, get a manicure together. That way the guys don't feel so adamant about not doing it. Make it something where you encourage them to jump in and I'll go with you, honey, to get this thing done. And I think we'd be a lot more encouraged because some of us don't feel it's necessary, but when others are looking down, and not to say that you have to care about what everybody thinks, but care about you enough to take care of that, and make sure that you're doing things, because I think it leads to more problems in the future. Would you agree? We were talking about fungus and things of that sort.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And in the case of him, I think it's not even so much about it being resistant to like the hygiene. I just think it's limited time. Like he's not going to sit there and kind of pamper himself, and then actually going to the salon to get it done, that feels like a little extra pampering as well. So he's the type of person where you have to like force them to stop and take care of himself for those kind of little special things. So
absolutely.
Well, Gay, I got a question for you. I got
another thought
she can't hear you because you got your headphones on.
Okay.
Yeah. What was that now, Gay? What were you saying?
I was gonna say there have even been times when I kind of just hooked him up. Like I have my little foot spa, and I have all my tools and stuff, especially for during the pandemic when I couldn't go to the salon and I had to take care of it myself. And so, I don't let him get too bad before I just hop in there and say, okay, put your feet up. Let me take care of this for you.
Absolutely. Now, we definitely appreciate your take on this. We needed to get a lady's perspective, and we definitely appreciate your time. He had one more question for you, and we're gonna let you go. Hold on one second.
I had one more question, Gabe.
Hey.
We were going back and forth here. How often? I mean, from just your perspective on how you do it. How often do you go out and get yourself a pedicure?
I go every 2 weeks because I find that it takes about that long for it to start to look a little old. Not bad, but just older than I like. So it's twice a month for me.
There it is. We needed to have that information from you because, my thing is with me, I do a lot of maintenance in between going to see them folks. I don't really like folks messing with my toes so much, but I know that it's necessary for them to scrub and clip and make sure they get in there and get it done properly, especially if I'm traveling and I know I'm going to be out by the pool, on the beach, something like that. You don't want to look crazy by any means. And so other than just healthy reasons, I want to make sure that I'm on point when I step out there. And like I said, for me, it's a problem if my feet are softer than a woman's feet. Right. So we stay on top of it. But listen, I appreciate you chiming in. We're not going to hold you any longer. I'm going to let you get back to your day.
Okay.
My pleasure. We appreciate your feedback on Crusty Ain't Cool.
Okay.
Have a good one. Love you.
All right, Gabe.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye, Philly.
All right. Yeah. Hey, we got some good info. We got a female's perspective. So it's not all just about us. I will say this, Sean, as we sit there and wrap this up, we just got about 2 minutes, brother. Look, guys, don't be afraid to go get a pedicure. It's not a female thing. Will you agree with me, Sean? It's not a male thing.
It's not
a female thing. It's not a male thing. It's a hygiene thing. Will you agree with me on that?
I do. It's a health thing for sure. It's just a part of when you shower, when you brush your teeth. I mean, you want to keep yourself up to par and clean, you know, and that's part of it. That's part of it. Hey, maintenance.
Exactly. So with that being said, we got to wrap this up. It's been great talking to you guys. I hope we left you with something that you can chomp on, you can chew on, some thought candy. Go ahead and end this out, Mr. Slaughter, as we get up out of here, sir.
All right. So some key points were put out today about the health, the hygiene, avoiding fungus, having health conditions that may make it even more challenging for you to do these type of things, but staying on top of it. And you may even need to go see a doctor if it seems a little more challenging to get these things done. But it's important that you do get it done. You know, you don't want any type of infections or anything of that sort. With people having limited time, we know that you need to allot some type of time with you or your significant other, if you have one, to go out and make it a date. Make it a date to go and get right, you know?
Pedicure date.
A pedicure date.
Mani-pedi lunch date.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that way we'll all be soft. We can save a few sheets. We can cut a few less legs, you know? And I really feel like the world would be a better place without people that look like they've been kicking flowers.
Yes. Right? So we out of here.